Okay, it says we're live, and so I'm going to believe them. And good morning, co-creators. And I thought today we'd be talking about this gift that we've been given. Not everybody is thinking of it as a gift, but I mean, there's lots of options that we have, and we're having to develop some new behaviors, and we have lots and lots of opportunity. In the past month, I have played more card games, more board games. I have reached out to more people that I wouldn't normally uh, reach out to, friends and acquaintances and stuff. I've been in a ton of Zoom meetings, and I hear people, I haven't actually attended one of these, but I hear about people that are doing birthday parties and they're going to anniversaries, or they're doing lots of activities that they wouldn't normally do because they'd be living their life or going to work. And I thought I'd talk about, some of these opportunities. I had the opportunity last week. I contacted my teenage daughter and said, "Hey, would you like to get together for 30 minutes and color?" And trust me, I don't color a whole lot, but uh, we got together and we colored, and it was calm and it was peaceful. And I said, "Hey, you want to do that again?" And we did it again and again. And I have a coloring appointment with my 13-year-old today at 1:30 or 1:20, and we're going to color and just hang out and visit. And the options that we have, to hang out with our kids and to talk with our kids is really kind of this gift uh, that I'm talking about. For the first time in 100 years, children have the opportunity to see what it is that their parents do for work or for a living, and how they make their way. And I'm thinking about Robert Bly, who wrote a book called Iron John. I'll post that in the links. It's an interesting story about the maturation of young men into young women, and it's an awesome book. And one component, or one sentence that has always stuck out to me in that book is that when a child doesn't see what their parents do during the day, like we go to work and we're gone all day and we come back and we're exhausted, or we've had all these experiences that our kids don't know about, there's a hole that develops in their heart, and there's like a level of just an unspoken mistrust of what is happening. And I think that we have this huge, huge opportunity to include our children in activities that we would normally take for granted. When my teenager was younger, and I was living out in the country, I would build stuff, and I would always ask her if she wanted to participate, and sometimes she would, and sometimes she would not. But um, she had an opportunity to work with me, and I actually had an opportunity to work with her. So one of the things that um, that I might encourage you to do is set time aside and ask your kids, what do you want to cook? And have them make a list or have them look up a recipe, and then go to the store with them, or go to the store and get the stuff that they have requested, and let them cook and let them participate in a way, or have them build stuff. There's definitely girl activities and boy activities, not trying to be doing gender splicing, but hanging out with my daughter and coloring and stuff like that seems a lot easier than just having a phone call or a video call, or doing something together. And I noticed that when my daughter and I were building stuff together, it was easier because we were equal. And the thought that I had while I was prepping for this is when I had a personal training business, occasionally I would get a parent and a kid. It could be a dad and a daughter, or a dad and a son, or a mom and a daughter, or a mom and a son. But one of the things that I did with them right up front was set up the parameters of how we were going to train, how we were going to interact. And I would ask the parent, I said, how much exercise experience do you have? And, their answers would vary from, a lot to none at all. And I said, okay, well, and no matter what their answer was, I said, in this particular case, okay, I'm the expert and I'm going to be telling you what to do. And I'm going to be telling your son or daughter what to do. And my request is that you do your workout and you let them do theirs, and I'll be watching you. And if you're helping, I'll tell you to cut it out. And I've done the same thing now that, I'm doing hypnosis is frequently, particularly when I work with USA Gymnastics, but, even today, that I'll get a teenager or I'll get a young adult that comes in with their parent, and I'll ask them a question, and, trying to get to know them and figure out why they're there. And I'll ask them a question, and they'll immediately go and look at the parent. And the very first thing that I say to them is, what are you looking at them for? They don't know your answer. The other thing that I find that's pretty amazing is I'll ask, the teenager or the young adult a question, and their parent will respond. And that's when I look at them and go, if you answer one more time, I'm kicking you out of the office. And it's an opportunity, kind of like this cooking or building stuff opportunity, where for the first time, the young adult or the child has reached an equal status with the parent. And I did that with all of my older kids. I have a like 40-year-old adult kids and stuff, but I invited them to get to know me. They know me. I'm their dad. Okay, I'm the guy that told them what to do or what not to do and all that other stuff. But when they became adults, I said, we need to work on our adult relationship. And I said the same thing much sooner to my teenager. She's 13, and it's like, we need to begin working on our adult relationship, because I'm always going to be your dad, but I'm not always going to be your parent. And like I said, so just a short video today, but I want you to think about what is it that you could be doing with your kids or grandkids? What could you be doing with your adult kids? Because you've never taken the time to establish an adult relationship with them. If I've been going to a Saturday happy hour, it's like, what, do you invite your adult kids to your happy hour, or do you have one? So the last thing I want you to think about today is, how are you going to be using this gift? What are you going to take with you? What are you going to leave behind? But what of these options and new behaviors and opportunities that we have now are you going to take with you? And send me an email. You can or go to the website and you can message me there. You can message me on almost any social media. And if you need some ideas on stuff to do, I'm your guy. And if you just want to talk, I'm also your guy. I'll talk to you soon.